Enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that sub button for more amazing content. Now, let's jump straight into the video. What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to the Bofina1 podcast, and I am your host, Bofina1, and here we are with podcast episode number 12. So I have about 4 different ideas or different topics that I want to discuss, and I'm going to bring up the articles. But before we get into that, if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, comment, share, etc., etc. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Let me share my screen. All right, so the first topic that I want to go through today is pretty much talking about how Bad Bunny dominates American Music Award nominations. So for those of you who don't know, he's a Puerto Rican rapper and singer. He's been in quite a few different songs, and a lot of people, love his music. Anyway, Bad Bunny, he's a pretty big artist. And, he's landed, dominates the American Music Award nominations. So let's just go through this article. So Puerto Rican rapper and singer Bad Bunny landed the most nominations for this year's American Music Award, leading fellow rapper Drake and pop stars Beyonce and Taylor Swift on the list of contenders unveiled on Thursday. Bad Bunny received a total of 8 AMA nominations and will compete for Artist of the Year against British singer Adele and Harry Styles and Canadian musician The Weeknd. Drake, Beyonce, and Swift also are in the running for Artist of the Year and received 6 nominations each. The nominations are based on performances on the Billboard music charts, streaming and album sales, radio play, and social media engagement. So that's kind of good because I know that was a big thing a lot of people have talked about, is that a lot of people have not really been getting recognition for their streams. And so I believe he had made like a new song or something that came out. I remember someone was talking about it and it got so many views and it was like a visualizer. Actually, let's see if I can pull that up. I hope you guys can still see. Should be able to still see the screen. Yeah, Bad Bunny. I think he came out recently with a new song or new something, and it was like a visualizer, I believe. Is it visualizer? Yeah, and so I think this is like one of his songs that he had from like his most recent album or something like that, and it's gotten quite a few views. And I know there's something to do with like the algorithm now, where if you get like 3,000 or 3,500 something streams, it equates to like one album sale or something like that. Because nowadays people really don't want to have to go and buy albums; people rather be able to stream them. So anyway, without moving on from that. The nominations, here it is. Winners will be determined by fan votes and will be announced at a ceremony in Los Angeles on November 20th. The event will be televised live on Walt Disney CO ABC News. ABC Network. Bad Bunny's other nods included favorite male pop artist, favorite music video, and favorite touring artist. The singer set a record this year for the highest grossing tour by a Latin artist in history. His album, Un Verano Sin Ti, just topped the Billboard chart for a 13th week. If Bad Bunny wins all 8 awards he is eligible for, he would tie 1980 superstars Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston for the most AMA wins in a single year. Organizers added a category this year for favorite K-pop artists. Contenders are BTS, Blackpink, 17, Tomorrow X Together, and Twice. First-time AMA nominees included rapper Jack Harlow, K-pop band Blackpink, Scandinavia DJ group Swedish House Mafia. In country music categories, Chris Stapleton, Luke Combs, and Morgan Wallen are among the nominees for favorite male country artists. Carrie Underwood, Maren Morris, and Miranda Lambert will compete for favorite female country artist. So you guys can see this is a big deal. Like his album has done so well, and that's why I was looking for the name of it. Let's just look. Hold on. He just said his album. Here it is. Like I know people were talking about his first week's sales had did like so well. Yeah, first week sales. Yeah, 274,000 album equivalent units, and that's a big deal. And so I know there was something to do with his stuff was on YouTube, and now with the way YouTube is streaming. So like let's just actually type that in. How does YouTube streams contribute to album sales? Yep, so for songs, all official audio and video streams from within the US are counted in addition to pure single sales. 150 stream equals 1 track sale. For albums, all official audio and video streams, SCA, from within the US are counted in addition to TEA and pure sales. 1,500 streams equals 10 track sales. which equals 1, you know, so that's how a lot of people are starting to, like, in a sense, I don't want to say finesse, but that's kind of how they're finessing the system by being able to put themselves on platforms. And now, you know, they tell their audience, hey, go stream it on here, go stream it on there. And they're also getting album sales, which is good if you think about it, because people really don't, I feel like the days of people going to like stores, some people still do, but the days of people going to stores and then buying albums to play in their car in their house is not the case. People have, like, you know, they play music through their phone, or, you know, they play music through their TVs, or whatever the case is. So I just think a lot of people are not necessarily doing that. They're just not. So I thought that was a good thing. And, you know, recognition. So, like, hey, that's dope, right? So let's move on to the next thing that I wanted to bring up, because this has something to do with me, which is student loan forgiveness. The application is now out. So Biden's student loan forgiveness application is here, and there's 5 tips before you submit. So for those of you who don't know, this is the application that has to do with student loan forgiveness. You're going to get $10,000 off if you make, like, as a single person, $125,000 and under. If you're a married couple, I think it's like $250,000 and under. And so pretty much it's $10,000 off for, like, regular, I guess, like, government aid loans. If you have, like, a Pell Grant, you'll get up to $20,000. So everyone's been waiting, like, okay, when is this application going to be live? When am I going to be able to actually, like, you know, apply, you know, so I can get this money off, right? So here it is. The Biden administration has launched a beta version of its student loan forgiveness application, and borrowers can apply now. But there's a few things you should know first. Where to find the student loan forgiveness application. The Education Department has launched an online application for Biden's new student loan forgiveness plan, which can provide up to $20,000 in loan forgiveness for federal student loans administered by the government. The application is available here via the studentaid.gov website. Borrowers do not have to log into the studentaid.gov website using their FAFSA ID, the unique username and password. Simply fill out the online form electronically, sign it, and submit it. And this is true, because this is essentially exactly what I did. I had went on. All you have to do is put, like, your first, middle initial is optional, last name, and then from there, you know, you put your social security number and, like, date of birth, and then you just submit it, because all your information is like all your loans and everything is tied to your name and your social security. So, like, that's, I think, all they need. But they did send it in email. You put an email address that you want them, you know, to send me updates to, because they could potentially ask you for more information. They might need more information, like maybe proof of income. But like I said, like, if you've been filing your taxes and a lot of other stuff, I don't really see why they would need it, but you never know. Anyway, the Education Department has been warning borrowers about scammers. You can apply directly through this official online application portal. You do not need to go through any third-party company. That's facts. The application process for student loan. Borrowers simply must provide the information, name, contact, details, and personal identifying information like their social security number and date of birth, like I said. They must also certify under penalties of perjury that they earned less than $125 in income or less than $250,000 if they are married, neither 2020 or 2021, to qualify for the student loan forgiveness under Biden's plan. You can learn more about the eligibility rules for the one-time student loan forgiveness initiative via the Education Department. So borrowers should receive an electronic confirmation of submission for your records, which I did. Borrowers will not have to submit supporting documents with their application. However, the Education Department will subsequently follow up with several million borrowers over the next year or longer to verify income information. You should be prepared to provide a copy of your tax return if you receive such a request. And so that's pretty much like, you know, when you file your taxes, you get like a return, and, you know, it shows all your income and all that fun stuff. So what a beta launch of the student loan forgiveness application means. So this is a beta launch of the student loan forgiveness application. This means that the Education Department is using this initial launch to test the process and make improvements before the application is more broadly available. It's a real application, and the Education Department say it will be processed and you won't have to resubmit it, but you won't get immediate relief. And so that's pretty much like what that means is, like, you know, you're not going to get immediate relief because the actual, I guess, application, even though, like, I feel like this is the application really, right? They're just testing it to make sure it works, won't go 100% live. So in addition, a high volume of traffic may mean that the beta application could temporarily become unavailable. Some users were already reporting problems last night. And as of this writing, the application is indeed temporarily inaccessible. Thanks for visiting the student loan debt relief application, says a message of the application website. We're providing periodic access to the form to help us get ready for our official launch. We appreciate your interest in debt relief and invite you to check back soon. No processing student loan forgiveness requests quite yet. So while the application is legitimate, no student loan forgiveness request will be immediately processed. The earliest any request will be processed and approved is October 23rd, according to a court filing by the administration earlier this month. So even if you do it now, you probably won't, nothing will actually start until the 23rd. But the reason why they wanted people to apply now is because when it officially launches, there's going to be a buttload of people. And the servers are probably going to crash. I mean, that's just, you're talking about $10,000 to $20,000. It's probably going to crash. And so if you're unable to access the beta application, don't panic. You'll have until December 31st, 2023 to apply. The Education Department has not provided a firm timeline on broader application availability, but it should happen sometime later this month. So, and we all know there's a bunch of lawsuits. A lot of people are upset about this, which, I've already talked about this in quite a few of my other videos, that I just feel like it's BS. Like, y'all gave out all that stimulus money and you about to fight people about $10K. They gave out more stimulus money than there are student loan debt. And even with the $10K that they're taking off, like for most people, this is not going to set them free. It's a good start, but it's not going to set them free. So like a lot of people are still handcuffed to their student loans. So I don't really see what the issue is. I just don't get it, but whatever. So moving on to the next topic, or the next article here, is that Nicki Minaj, Super Freaky Girl, kicked out of Grammy rap category, will compete in pop. And so I know there was like stuff pretty much saying, she wasn't really feeling this. So despite its 8-week run at the top of Billboard's rap songs chart, it was deemed too pop. Of Minaj's 10 Grammy nominations, she has only competed in pop once. So Nicki Minaj, Super Freaky Girl, is spending its 8th week on top of Billboard's hot rap songs chart. But at the Grammy, the song will compete in the pop category. Minaj originally submitted the track, which debuted at number 1 on Billboard's Hot 100 chart in August, to the rap categories at the Grammys, but the decision was overturned by the Recording Academy Rap Committee, according to a source. The group determined that Minaj's playful and pop-sounding song sampling Rick James' 1981 classic Super Freak should compete for the Best Pop Soul Performance instead of Rap Awards. Minaj criticized the decision on social media Thursday in an Instagram video post and series of tweets. End quotes, "They stay moving the goalposts when it comes to me," close quotes. Minaj said on Instagram about the Academy. End quotes, "Why is the goalpost only ever moved when it's Nicki?" Close quotes. And so I kind of can sort of see what she's saying, because like I don't really know what the categories are for pop, right? But like a lot of time the categories for pop are like bigger, right? The people in there might be bigger. And so in her category, in the rap category, we all kind of know it's really just like it's pretty much just I would say it's like her, Cardi B, it's like a few people. So I kind of get what she means. Like she probably feels like her chances of being able to win the award would be bigger, because if she goes into the pop category, she's going to be competing against more artists that potentially could be bigger than her, meaning that her chances of actually winning the award might not work. But I also understand where the Grammys is coming from, because they're also probably thinking, well, it's more of a pop sound, she should put it on it should be in the pop category. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We'll see. So Minaj also said, if Super Freaky Girl must compete in pop, so should Lotto's Big Energy, which is pop leaning and samples Tom Club 1981 song Genius of Love, famous sample by Mariah Carey for the number 1 hit Fantasy. End quotes, "I have no prop being moved out of the rap category as long as we are all being treated fairly," she tweeted. If SFG has too been moved out rap, then so does Big Energy. Anyone who says different is simply a Nicki hater or a troll. Lotto's Big Energy spent 2 weeks at number 1 on Billboard Rap Chart and peaked at number 3 on the all-genre Hot 100 chart. At the Grammys, Big Energy will compete for rap Grammys, not pop. A representative for the Recording Academy did not reply to an email seeking comment. So nominees for the 2023 Grammy will be announced on November 15th, and the live telecast will air on February 5th, 2023 on CBS. Voting for the first round of nominees begins Thursday and ends on October 23rd. So it's kind of a lot of other stuff, but I kind of get what she's saying. It's like, you're trying to put me in a category, like, yes, it could be to promote my career, like if I win Best Pop, right? But you also could be making it harder for me to actually win that award. So I kind of can understand where she's coming from. I also understand maybe why the Grammys wants to put her in a different category. But hey, I guess it kind of like, it is what it is, you know what I mean? So, Yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think kind of about that. Like, do you think Nicki Minaj is maybe just taking it wrong? Because she's also like kind of comparing herself to the whole Lotto and how hers. But then again, like at the same time, I haven't heard Lotto's song, but maybe it doesn't really sound poppy, So maybe that's why they feel like it should stay in that rap category. But let me know your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think, about how she's feeling about it being moved from the rap category to the pop? Do you think she's just overreacting, or do you think her like what she thinks is like a legit, thought? So let me know. And let's go on to the last and final topic. And that is Halloween Ends. So Halloween Ends just came out this past weekend. It hasn't been out for a full week. And so Halloween Ends, this is supposed to be the last Halloween with Jamie Lee Curtis. Michael Myers is supposed to be the finale. I have not watched it yet, so I don't really know what how it was, or how bad or good it was. I know a lot of people said it wasn't that good. Some people said it was good, some people said it wasn't that good. So it's kind of hard to say. So here's the article I wanted to go through. Is that Halloween Ends slays box office with 41.3 million, but did streaming. Iffy reviews hurt it. So no matter how you look at the numbers, Halloween Ends had a good opening weekend. Touted as the final showdown between Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode, and Michael Myers, the slasher pick earned 41.3 million in ticket sales from 3,901 theaters in North America, according to studio estimates on Sunday. It's the first film to open higher than 40 million since Jordan Peele's Nope debuted in July, and the film surpassed its production budget, a reported 20 million to 30 million, including international showings. It boasts a global total of 58.4 million. And so just to kind of keep in mind that, this is also being streamed on Peacock. So, there's a level of obviously people that have Peacock, or, you have maybe a different streaming platform. Anytime something is available on a streaming platform in HD quality, it will also be available on illegal sites, I guess you could say. So you have to keep that into consideration, that some people were not going to go simply because just because, it was available to stream. So did that cut into the ticket sales? I'm almost certain it did. Anyway, in close, we are extraordinarily excited that Blumhouse once again delivered an incredible film and another #1 opening, says Jim Orr, head of domestic distribution at Universal, which put the movie out. Jamie Lee Curtis had audiences across North America engaged and terrified. It's a bloody shame Jamie Lee Curtis didn't get a better send-off. The movie also renewed a debut about so-called day and date movie releases, and some in Hollywood are wondering whether it would have been even bigger if it hadn't debuted simultaneously on Peacock, NBC Universal streaming service. Going into the weekend, some analysts had pegged Halloween Ends to open in the 50 million to 55 million range. Halloween Kills, a previous installment in the David Gordon Green directed Halloween trilogy, opened in theaters and on streaming last year and still grossed 49 million on opening weekend. Green's first Halloween, by contrast, debuted to 76.2 million in 2018, but that was pre-pandemic theatrical release only in the highly anticipated revival of the beloved franchise with good reviews. His subsequent Halloween films have been more divisive among critics and fans. Kills had a 39% Rotten Tomato scores, while Ends has a 40%. This is a mandate in favor of the movie theater. So, I mean, we kind of understand, what they're going with it. I don't want to really read the rest of this article, but essentially, they're saying that they think the sales, could have been better. But they also have to take into consideration that, like I said, anytime something is being streamed, that takes away from people going to the movie theaters. And we all know, like I said, once HBO Max came out, you got Amazon Prime, you got all these different streaming platforms, people are just not as likely to go to the movie theaters like they were. They're just not. And see, what probably they should have done if they really wanted to get pure, who would go see and actually pay the money, they probably should have had it available on Peacock maybe a week or two after the actual release was in the movie theaters. That way, those people that wanted to see it, and you still might have had people that still wouldn't have seen it because they might not have been like, oh, I'm not dying to see it. I can wait a couple weeks before it becomes available on Peacock. But that's what they probably should have done. They probably should have had it available on Peacock 2 to 3 weeks after it released in the movie theaters, because it probably did have some impact on the sales. At least that's what I would think it would. But let me know your guys' thoughts about that down below. Anyone that's seen Halloween Ends, if maybe you saw it through Peacock or you actually went to the movie theaters, what did you think of it? Did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? Would you recommend it? I mean, it got kind of bad reviews, just looking at, Halloween Ends, ratings. It got like Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, Rotten Tomatoes always give everything a bad review. I feel like it, but 40%, IMDb, it got like kind of reviews. So, for those of you who actually did go see it, what did you guys think of it? Did you think it was bad? Did you think it was good? Would you recommend someone that maybe has been a fan or has been following the franchise to go see it, or I don't know. Let me know what you guys would think about it. So yeah, that will conclude the end of this podcast. We actually went a little bit longer than I thought. Like I said, I didn't really have a whole bunch of topics. It hasn't really been a whole bunch of like trending news and big news. But let me know you guys' thoughts too also on like the news, like the little clips I've been doing, like, 5 to 10 minute videos where I talk about something that's going on. You guys seem to like it. It seems to be getting quite a few views. I'm gaining some subs from it. But let me know if you guys want me to keep doing that. Or should I just, strictly stick with the podcast or do both? So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this episode of this podcast, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.